Son Goku, you know the name. For 40 years, he's been one of the most recognizable, iconic characters in history, a hero to millions, and yet he might just be one of the most misunderstood.
See, to his critics and, hey, even to some of his fans, he's become a bit of a caricature, right? A goofy, fight-obsessed simpleton who only cares about getting stronger. But is that really the whole story? Today, we're going to peel back the layers on this legend to find out what truly powers Son Goku.
Okay, first up, Goku versus the world. To really get a handle on Goku, it helps to look at him through a cultural lens, especially when you put him side by side with the classic Western hero, Superman.
Now think about it. Both of these superpowered aliens sent to Earth when they were just babies, but they could not be more different. Superman, he's all about American individualism. He's this corrective force who already is his full potential. He just needs to let it out. But Goku? He's a reflection of more Eastern values, totally rooted in community. He has potential, and his whole story is this journey of constant growth, which, by the way, almost always needs his friends to help him unlock it.
Now, this whole idea of Goku being dumb, it really started to stick for a lot of people during Dragon Ball Super. Fans felt like the series just leaned way too hard into his goofiness, kind of stripping away the maturity he'd earned in Dragon Ball Z. And yeah, that just fed the narrative that he's a simple brawler. But looking at it that way, you miss the core conflict that truly defines him.
So let's get into our second section, the purity paradox. This right here, this is his greatest battle, because Goku's supposed simplicity isn't the real story. Not even close. The real key to understanding his character is this constant internal struggle he's always fighting. And that's what I call the purity paradox. On one hand, you've got his Saiyan blood, which is what drives him to fight, to seek out stronger opponents. It's this aggressive, almost primal instinct. But on the other hand, you have his earthly upbringing with Grandpa Gohan, which gave him that pure heart and his deep sense of compassion. His entire life, his whole character arc, is about trying to balance these two opposing forces.
And this comment just illustrates his self-awareness perfectly. When Goku is finally confronted with his heritage, he doesn't just reject it out of hand. He gets it. He understands that the Saiyan's cruel, class-based society is everything he stands against. But at the same time, he's grateful. He knows that being a Saiyan gave him the strength and the drive that led to this incredible life he has on Earth. He accepts both sides of himself.
So the crucial thing to remember is that his journey is not a flat line. It is a profound arc of self-realization. He goes from being this so-called low-class warrior who proves that hard work can beat elite status, all the way to realizing that his very existence attracts planet-level threats. And this all culminates in the Cell Saga, where he makes the ultimate sacrifice. He chooses to stay dead because he genuinely believes Earth is safer without him. Now, that is not the decision of a simple-minded brawler.
This paradox also helps us understand his family life. You know, critics love to call him a bad father or a bad husband, but maybe it's more accurate to say he's not a human father or husband. He's an alien. As one source puts it, judging his affection is like expecting a cat to show love the same way a person does. It's just different. His family gets his nature, and for him, protecting them is the ultimate expression of his love.
Okay, Section 3, the creator's happy accidents. And this is what's so fascinating to me. This incredibly complex character wasn't the result of some grand pre-written master plan. So much of his iconic story actually came from spontaneous storytelling, what you could call happy accidents.
I mean, don't take my word for it. Take it from the creator himself, Akira Toriyama. He basically admitted that he freestyled most of the story. He didn't even come up with the idea of Goku being an alien until years into the manga's run. It wasn't planned. It just sort of happened as he was writing, and it surprised even him.
This timeline just shows how much was completely unplanned. You know the most iconic transformation in all of anime history? The Super Saiyan? Toriyama chose the blonde hair simply because his assistant was getting tired of spending all that time inking Goku's black hair in the manga. A choice made for convenience ended up creating a legend. You can't make this stuff up.
Okay, on to Section 4. An icon's global footprint. So how did this character, who's created so spontaneously from folklore and convenience, go on to leave such a massive, massive global footprint?
Well, for starters, the numbers are just staggering. The manga has sold over 300 million volumes worldwide, making it one of the best-selling comic series of all time. But its real impact, its true impact, goes so much deeper than just sales figures. Dragon Ball literally laid the bedrock for modern shonen manga. You know, comics aimed at young guys, usually focused on action and adventure. The creators of 3 of the biggest series ever, One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, all point to Toriyama as a primary inspiration. He paved the way.
And his influence is just everywhere. Athletes like Ronda Rousey and the NBA's De'Aaron Fox channel his energy. Hip-hop stars from Drake to Chance the Rapper are name-dropping him in their lyrics. The fight choreography in Marvel's Shang-Chi, directly influenced by Dragon Ball. And even early mobile tech got in on the action, with Motorola naming a whole line of microprocessors Dragon Ball.
But maybe nowhere is his impact more profound than in Latin America. When the finale of Dragon Ball Super was about to air, tens of thousands of fans gathered in public squares and stadiums just to watch it together. The events got so huge they actually caused a minor diplomatic issue with Japan. Goku isn't just a character there, he's described as a full-blown cultural icon.
And yet, despite all this deep analysis and the global impact, Toriyama's goal was always refreshingly simple. He once said he didn't really care if his works left anything behind, as long as they entertained people. And in that, well, he succeeded beyond anyone's wildest dreams.
So, let's circle back to our original question. Is Goku a simple-minded brawler, or is he a complex hero wrestling with his own nature? After 4 decades, maybe we can see that his true power isn't the Kamehameha or even going Super Saiyan. It's his incredible ability to be both at once, a simple man who just wants a good fight, and a complex symbol of growth, community, and that timeless quest to just be a little bit better than you were yesterday.